everybody, I'm Rodney and this is my beautiful wife Trish. We're here at Treasures and Creations and we're going to show you what it looks like now. We have taken a short hiatus and we're back. And in between then and now, this is what we're going to show you we did. Let's start with this little thing here. This wonderful shirt. Labels are for jars, not for people. I'll be darned. Isn't that a truism? So my wife designed this way back when we went to a training called Impact Training. And we went through a couple hundred, 200-300 shirts that way to raise some money for our training. What we're doing here in the store is we both feel it's a perfect time for just the general public to take a look at this type of thing and realize, stop labeling people. Your turn.
So, to go in with the shirts, we'll move over here, and we did get them in basically chakra colors. We didn't do white. The white doesn't stand out so well on white. The black does, but we just didn't do white. So we've got the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And as a reminder, we do ship. So if you want one of these shirts, we have them from small all the way up to XXL. So if you do, let us know. They're $25 a piece, and we'll be happy to get them out to you. So Rodney, step back a little. If you want to take a look, we've added in some shelves, and you can see we got all kinds of cool things on there now. We got some amazing Vietnamese marble foo dogs. Those things are awesome, and they're pairs. It's a set, a male and female. We have Tibetan prayer flags in different sizes, hemp backpacks. We have some sari wood from Bali, Indonesia, turtles, and then we have Shanmu wood, which are great sphere holders.
Don't forget
look over here, you can see the 3-hole. You can put spheres, eggs, candles, however it works for you. Maybe you can get little mini footballs and put those in there, however it works for you. We have these really cool wood carvings that have the color backs. And the backs have 2 colors, so you can switch them around. So they're pretty neat. And the back on most of them, or the front, whichever you want, is purple, because Rodney and I really like purple. Then we've got,
pretty much the back on every one of them is purple. We did it on purpose.
And then we're just starting to get in some wood, some dragons. The dragons will expand into other materials and things like that, but we're just getting going. We've taken a step up and we got rid of all the folding tables that were in the shop, and as you can see, we've gone to different types of cases, you know, glass cases, a beautiful buffet and hutch. This is a gorgeous piece. Everything in there is for sale, and this is just to show you how you can take a simple crystal and put it in your home and it will do its little magic while it's in there. So it's a great way to display your crystals. So we've also, taken away the tables that were all over here by the window, and we've got different types of displays and cases. So it's just kind of fun how we've expanded our real estate, but stayed within the space of the building. So it's kind of fun. You never know what we're going to do next. We've got more ideas coming.
By using these displays that are taller, we've been able to get more room in between everything, and yet, as Trish mentioned, more real estate. And what that really talks about is we have more show space. So, but something I wanted to highlight over here, come closer, you can see we just went shopping for what we call our Christmas shopping. So we are more than prepared for everybody to come see what we now have. In fact, we got back a couple weeks ago, and people that have been coming to the shop have been just loving the new selections, and they go well with some of the ones we previously had. So Trish and I are really conscious of what we're doing. And speaking of consciousness, go ahead.
Oh, I guess I have to become conscious. So along with all of this, as we raise the level and the vibration of the shop, we also feel it's important to do that for ourselves. So as you know, if you follow the show, some people think this is a speedway out here, but it's really not. As you know, many of you that follow us on Xpnsion Network, that Brad and Casey own Xpnsion Network, and Brad and Casey and Julius sponsor retreats and different courses online in different ways for one to really go deep and take life on.
So they started Expand with Julius, and now they have the network, which is where our TV show is. Thank you.
Xpnsion Network.
Xpnsion Network is where our TV show shows up. The other part of this that's really important is the training that Trish mentioned. It is totally awesome. We're enmeshed in that to the point that, wow. And we have many friends that are starting to go with us to this, and they're thoroughly enjoying the training. And some of them are doing retreats, and some of them are doing the coursework. All I can say is, if you want to work on yourself, check out the website at expandwithjulius.com, and you can see the different courses that are there. Chat with them, find out what might work for you. They're more than willing to answer questions. Now, one of the things that I really wanted to show you, because it took me 2 years to find these people, look at this new Subterranean that we have. These, less than 5%, I've been told, less than 5% have this crystalline structure. These are gorgeous. I have searched for 2 years to be able to get this stuff. So we have it in hearts, in eggs, and spheres, in multiple sizes. Of course, we still have the everyday stuff, which is really cool too. I want to make sure you realize how much effort I put into finding these things.
That's a lazy egg.
It took me a while to be able to find them. And we're going to just kind of move around the shop, but let's go back to this little thing here so we can talk about a couple of things. Trish thought it would be really cool. Trish, let's get behind it.
Oh.
Okay, and then she can just be down on top of it. So the Covalite, we're going to run an October special on Covalite for 15% off on Covalite. We've already shipped this to several places around the world, and we finally able to get our hands on some more, so we can run a bit of a discount on it now. And now I'm going to have Trish.
So before you go on, the Covalite is a very grounding stone. It's a metal. It's got chalcopyrite in it. It comes from Peru, Italy, and Montana? Wyoming.
Yes,
Montana. Okay. I've seen some of the Montana stuff. It's got like a purple flash. It's really quite pretty. It's a little softer than that from Peru.
It's quite a bit softer. You cannot make things out of it.
So they can do some slabs and things like that and some tumbles, but ours is from Peru. Now, I haven't seen the stuff from Italy, so I can't say much about it. But it's a very beautiful stone. It is rare. It's not very common. It tunes into your psychic abilities and your inner vision and things like that. So there's a little insight on that. So what we brought in is some black obsidian, sheen obsidian. And we do have our letter opener, daggers. These are really good for cutting energetic cords. Things that you may be tied to, either past life, past relationships, things like that, to start on a healing process. So as you can see, these are beautiful. These are really nice massages. You can just really work on a muscle with those. And this is something that our gal that we get it from, her family, she's from Mexico, and they've actually mined this obsidian for as long as she can remember. She is an energy worker and healer, so she comes up with some beautiful tools. She calls these chakra extractors. Let me grab one out. So these are really kind of neat. It kind of looks like a Hershey Kiss. At least I think it does. But these are just black obsidian, and they're flat on the bottom. So if you're working with someone or yourself, you can just place it on whatever chakra it is you're working on, and it will create a vortex and pull out any negative energy or blockages or things like that. So it's really good to assist in a healing process and a clearing process. So these are some really cool tools that we got. And everybody loves moons. We're really excited about those. Those are glorious.
So down here on the bottom, Trish can talk about the aura down here.
So these are some really cool pieces of amethyst aura. Now, anytime a crystal name ends in aura, it means it's been dipped, coated, or infused with some type of metal. Now, on the amethyst aura, the rainbow aura, and the rose aura, the angel aura, the rose angel aura, and the amethyst angel aura, they're all done with, usually it's silver and platinum. But you can see how pretty it looks. A lot of times people will call it unicorn quartz or fairy quartz. And they've just recently been doing it on the amethyst. Last year they started doing it with rose quartz, but they have done it with clear quartz for quite a while. So those are really some beautiful, fun pieces.
You might notice there's a lot of clear quartz down here of different forms, different shapes. We have some Lemurian lasers. There's a whole bunch of Lemurians down here. And when we move over here to the next one, you can see that there's some more of the aura quartz, and there's some lepidolite. There's now these pyramids. We have some bigger ones and some smaller ones, and then you just keep moving around.
Round and around.
This is what Trish likes to do, so I'm going to let her talk to you again.
So I'm kind of low right now, but I have more in the back. These are just little figurines. People like them. Some of them represent spirit animals and unicorns. That's everyone's spirit animal. That's about tuning into the magic. We've got some Merkabahs, and we have some Buddhas and pyramids, and let's see, some angels, some towers, a couple of goldstone skulls, just some really fun stuff. And these are really great pieces. You know, if this is your spirit animal, it's great to put a piece like that on your altar, in your sacred space, maybe on your nightstand, however it works for you. But they're all different natural stone carvings, so they're really kind of fun. And I really like animals, so I feel like that's a fun case. And of course, talking about magic, here's magical unicorns. And in there, the plain white ones, these guys here, these are alabaster. They're hand carved in Peru, and they're absolutely stunning.
You'll find that we buy a lot of stuff out of Peru. We've got one of the best connections to Peru, probably in the world, and we're very proud of that.
So these guys, we have rose quartz and we have rose angel aura. So they take the rose quartz, and here they've dipped, coated, or infused. Looks like they've infused it with platinum and silver.
Anyway, so then we have some golden healer clusters, which is something that you usually don't find. There's some celestial crystals. What are the one? The Bali crystals. Baha'i crystals on the bottom are a type of an amethyst. You probably notice
Northern Brazil amethyst, that big chunk of wonka, and that's still in its rough state. Some people like them before they clean them all up and polish them, because they just like the crystal as it is, rough, right out of the ground. And then there is a difference between rough and raw. And I was schooled by a rock hounder on this, so I will remember. Raw is meat, rough is rocks, crystals or minerals.
So you probably noticed when we were moving by here that there's some green stones down there. That's actually malachite.
Some carvings.
They're carvings. And let's go over here. So here's what our fluorite case. And in this fluorite case, we have a whole lot of different items that are fluorite. Rainbow fluorite, green fluorite, purple
yellow
fluorite. We have more to unwrap. As I said, we did our Christmas shopping. There's some surprises yet to come out.
Oh look, fluorite unicorns. I wonder who likes unicorns around here.
All right, so we're going to keep moving around. Oh, check out this stuff.
Oh, we're going to go check out that stuff. What are we checking out?
Well, there's all kinds of different items on this shelf.
Look at these turtles. These are nephrite jade turtles.
Don't choke him.
Isn't he cute? He's not choking. I was supporting his head. But the carving on these are beautiful. And nephrite is jade. It's true jade. Now jade, people come in, do you have any jade? And then I ask, what kind of jade? Because there's lots of types of jade. I'm not an expert on it, but what I've learned is nephrite is the most common type of jade. And nephrite can be the really light jade, like these foo dogs up here, or it can be dark, and sometimes it's even black. So nephrite jade can come in many different colors. A lot of the statues in China are actually carved out of the nephrite jade. Then there's the jade, which is the bright green jewelry jade that's very expensive and very beautiful, and we don't usually have that kind. We do have a lot of nephrite, and I do have a few pieces of jadeite, which is kind of a really pretty soft green. There's also purple jade. So now you've had a quick lesson on jade. Jade is a stone of abundance. It's also very grounding and heart healing. So where do you want to go from here? Oh, we'll go to the big room.
We're going to go to Nature's Magnificence.
That's really not.
Go ahead.
So we'll start here with, oh my gosh, unicorns! Who would have expected that? I'd like to introduce you to, and you've probably met them before, but this is Jake. He's our Bolivianite unicorn. He is fabulous. Now, Bolivianite is a stone that they started pulling out of Bolivia in about 2018. And our Peruvian guy has been working with these Colombians for quite some time and the different minerals they mine. And this Bolivianite is one that they pulled out a big boulder and they were able to get Jake. And then they were also able to get Rosemary, who, this is Rosemary. She's actually got a home she's going to be going to shortly, along with this beautiful column, which is what she's going to sit on. But Rosemary and Jake are actually the same stone. They're both Bolivianite, and it's a fluorite serpentine blend, and it's really an amazing stone. And you can see how magical it is, because if you can get a stone and get a magical unicorn, clearly it's magical. And then this one is Shastrina. She is Madagascan rose quartz, and the more she's loved on, the more lavender she goes, and she's really starting to turn because everybody loves her, especially me. She's actually mine. She has mahogany obsidian eyes. She's very grounded in her being and in her love. She's a very magical being that works with me. As we get our house manifested, created, and built, at one point she will go home. But for now, she gets to be here in the shop, and people get to love on her, and she gets to love on them. So that's some beautiful pieces, but she's not for sale. Just saying. So, oh well. Now here we have over here this beautiful column, and you don't have to buy the vase or urn with it, whichever you choose to call it.
It's a vase. It's not an urn.
Vase, vase,
urns have
urn.
a top to them.
Oh, they do?
Yes.
Oh, well, the flower holder thingy. So, but these are beautiful. This is onyx that comes out of Pakistan. It also comes out of Mexico, but right now they're able to get it out of Pakistan a lot easier than Mexico. So this is, as Rodney said, this is Nature's Magnificence. And we're just kind of going to give you a little bit of a tour. You can see we have many carvings here, lots of birds. The majority of the carvings in here are from Peru. They're all hand carved, just like our unicorns. Down on the bottom are lizards and the wizards, and these dragons and that wizard are all carved in Brazil. All the rest are Peru. So they're pretty awesome. I mean, you can't have unicorns and no wizards. So there's some pretty awesome stuff in this case. So I have talking heads here, some crystal skulls. We do have crystal skulls of different stones and different sizes. They all have messages for those of you that are keepers of the skulls. Possibly you get to have a new friend, let us know. Here's another guy here. He's actually Tiger Eye. See him? He's hanging out. He's trying not to be noticed, but I see you. So he's awake, alive, and alert. Don't let him fool you. And then we were able to find these incredible specimens of stellar beam calcite. I have one at home, and I absolutely love it. And these guys are fabulous.
Pull in closer on this, would you?
So this is stellar beam calcite. Some people will call it dog tooth, but it's far beyond that. So this is stellar beam, and it's got a little bit of dolomite and galena with it. And these are incredible pieces.
Very hard to come by.
Yeah, these are super, super nice. This is a really good stone. It's very healing emotionally, emotional balance. It's also good for astral travel. It's very calming. It's really just kind of fun to be with. And with all of the terminations on it, and terminations means ends, the way that it terminates to a point. It has lots of terminations on both sides. So all of these pieces are just amazing. And I like the name Stellar Beam Calcite. It's kind of like, beam me up, Scotty. And you can beam up and see Scotty with that Stellar Beam Calcite, which is awesome. And then as we come around, you get to meet a couple more of our friends. This is Martha. And she's a beautiful hand-carved raven. She is black onyx and sitting on a beautiful piece of amethyst. And this is Ralph. And he is also sitting on a beautiful piece of amethyst. And again, these are Peruvian carvings and they're stunning. There is so much detail on them. They're just amazing. And another Peruvian carving is our beautiful eagle. Now some people say the beak looks too short, it doesn't look like an eagle. But if you've been to Peru and seen their Peruvian eagles, they have a shorter beak. So a lot of people that know go, oh, that's an Incan eagle or a Peruvian eagle. And he's a beautiful piece of labradorite, and he would be beautiful in your home. Think of the magic you could create. Woo! And then we have a gorgeous piece of rose or pink amethyst. And so we'll just kind of keep going here. Lots of fun stuff over here. We have amethyst mirrors. These are super cool. Ironwood Buddha heads.
Hold on a second. So the amethyst mirrors, we have them sitting on a stand for display, but they come all, the back of them is built so that you can hang them on the wall. They're heavy. So should you decide to get one of these, they're all set up, but you're going to want to make sure that you find the stud in the wall so that it'll hold up, because these are a little heavy, but the backing that holds them together is amazingly strong. So
you can either put it on a stand or hang it up. And these are beautiful pieces of Druzy agates. They're stunning. They are natural. They're not colored. Look at this one. It almost looks like spirit quartz. It's gorgeous. And then down here we have some new amethysts on stands and a really beautiful piece of amethyst there. A labradorite heart. There's just so many cool things. There was a beautiful piece here this morning, but it went home. So it went to a lovely home.
It went somewhere. And now these are called jewelry boxes, and we had picked up a couple of 4 or 5 of them. We're down to 2. People just come in, they love them. We still, this table is available. This amethyst table. We've got this one. We've got a couple other rock tables as well. Now look at this set. They're called fairy wings, butterfly. I like them as fairy wings. I think they're better than
fairy wings or angel wings. And it looks really cool with the Buddha in front of it. One of the really cool things about these, instead of being on a straight up stand, they're on this really solid table stand. So you can put them somewhere and not worry about them, really getting knocked over or anything. They're super sturdy. And that's one of the reasons we got those is first, they're absolutely gorgeous. And second, they're on an amazing stand.
And then, as you can see, we just have a lot of other things. I'm going to call out 1 or 2. This is an emerald from Colombia. Okay? And they have removed most of the matrix so that you could see mostly the natural emerald. Okay? And you can see we have agates and we have different things on here
and
as well.
And there's a cookie.
Yeah, there's an agate cookie.
I call this the agate cookie. This is from Brazil. It's an agate slice. And I just think it looks like a cookie. And it has a lot of vugs or little caves in it with druzy quartz. It's really cool. It's a oatmeal caramel chip cookie. That's what it is. If you like cookies, I got your piece.
Now here's the big, beautiful jewelry box. This one is totally awesome. I've been struggling because I'd like to take it home, but Trish keeps telling me I have enough stuff at home. I already have filled up a couple of cabinets at home and everything else you can think of.
So they're called jewelry boxes. They don't open and close the way they're set up. And it's something that you would lay some nice pieces across, kind of for display or your favorite pieces to charge or whatever. But I don't think I'd store my jewelry in it because it's so beautiful. Hey, so we're here today with Dietrich, and we've had Dietrich on the show before. One of the reasons we want to feature him today is I'd like to talk to Dietrich a little bit today about energy, one of his favorite subjects, and something that he knows a whole lot about. So I'm just going to ask him a question. Hey, Dietrich, what do you know about energy?
I know it is expansive, and it shows up in many different ways. I was speaking with somebody about how we give consent with our voice, acknowledging, okay, it's okay for this to happen, and then we also give consent energetically. So the energetic consent is governed by the law of attraction that says if I vibrate in a specific signature or frequency, that same equivalent will manifest in front of me or unfold in front of me. So I'm responsible for my vibrational consent, also for my verbal consent.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
See, I love to talk with Dietrich. He knows so much. He's very in tune and very direct with what he says, and I know I can trust it, so that's perfect. And I know I have my own answers as well. However, and Dietrich, why don't you explain to people what it is you do so they know, the people that live in the area, how they can come in and sit down with you and just give us a little snapshot of you.
Okay. It was funny, a gentleman asked me the other day, he said, what do you do? And I said, simple. I help a person see themselves. I see the potential in each and every person that I sit across, and I figure out, or we figure out, what is wanted, how to reach what is wanted in an efficient amount of time, and also how to become more attentive to your powers, your intuition, your intuitive senses. I love speaking with people like that, because sometimes it can go over a person's head and we just say, oh no, that was just luck, I just got that. No, that was an internal sense, similar to the animals have instinct. Yeah. We also have instinct, which is intuition. For me, they both are the same thing. The difference between an animal and a human has a lot of mind traffic. I don't believe the animal does it. It just feels and it flows in that energy. So what I do channelings, I do card readings, I do energy sessions, I do cord cutting, I do inner child work. There is anything that has anything to do with energy or anything to do with spiritual connection, spiritual evolution. I love speaking with people in many different of the modalities that I use to assist in that expansion and evolution. So those are some of the things that I love. I'm excited to assist others with.
Beautiful. Now you can see why he's here. We like people like this. So another thing that he does is he creates these fabulous tools. Dietrich, you want to show us one of your amazing tools that you create?
Yes.
He's always showing me these new things that he creates. Look at this. Look at that dragonfly on there. So Dietrich, give us a little insight into what your inspiration is for that tool.
Well, beautiful story. But one day I was just sitting after meditation, and I was asking, okay, what is next? And I just heard, okay, you get to create. And I'm like, I'm used to creating different things. I love writing music, or just paintings or drawings, or just art in general. And I just really felt like this was what I was being guided to do. I have a very good friend who also has dabbled in jewelry, so he gave me some of his collections to work with, and I just started to produce these. These are channeled also, so I go into this meditative state and I see numbers, like there's a sequence of numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And all of these are shells too, these are 8. So it's all sequenced in 8. That might not mean anything to everybody, but there are some people who are very intuitive or in tune with numerology or just numbers in general. So there's a significance to the amount of beads and amount of twist that goes for the crystal and all, and also the way that the crystals work together. So it's most definitely for somebody specific who see it and like, this is what I want, this is mine, and then I have information on how I created it, and then it'll speak the rest to them. They'll look up the numbers, and it'll most definitely be in alignment with what they are wanting to do on their life path.
And what does the dragonfly signify to you?
For me, the dragonfly is wisdom. It always comes around with this very spiritual knowledge, and I love that it comes into space and then it moves here, and then it moves here. So it's like patient, but it's not as quick, like almost like a hummingbird. So every time I see the dragonfly, I would think there's a message that is coming to me. And this one right here, that usually when I create them, I'll sit with them and then they'll speak with me. And I believe they have information to give me just as much as the person that I'm making it for. So I get the opportunity to come into that energy. But I love the dragonfly as being just a very powerful spiritual animal, spiritual totem, I believe.
Beautiful. So now you can see Dietrich brings a beautiful energy into our space, and he's here every Wednesday and every Thursday. He's here Wednesdays from 1 to 6, and he's here Thursdays 12 to 4:30ish. So, you know, if you're looking for a little enlightenment and guidance, this is a great way to come. Come on into the shop. He also does distance work, and you can get a hold of the shop. We can hook you up with Dietrich, and you can communicate with him via Facebook or FaceTime, or however that works.
Yes.
He does do distance work as well.
Yes, or you can go on my website is www.dietrichhay.com. So you can reach me there also.
There.
And I do online, online or in person. Either way, it'll be a powerful experience. I promise that.
Thank you, Dietrich.
Thank you.
Okay, so while we're here, we thought we might introduce you to our beautiful earth crystal. This is an amazing crystal, and I believe we've kind of talked about this before. Maybe you've seen it, maybe not. But it's a gorgeous smoky quartz from Madagascar. It's chock full of rainbows and love. And this is a earth crystal. Yes, they all come from the earth. But this one is meant for everybody to experience. It's for people to come in, to hug, to love, to allow them to heal, to feel better. It's a very heart-centered crystal, and it's beautiful. And next to it, it has 2 new guardians. So these are our 2 little buddies that we brought back from Denver. We actually brought them to sell. They're sitting here going, no, no, no. But since we put them by the crystal, we've realized that they're here to be crystal guardians, just like us. They're here for this earth crystal and to be the wonderful mystical beings they are, so that people can experience them. Now these guys were actually, when we got done shopping in Denver, we went to Brad and Casey for a weekend retreat with Julius, and these 2 became part of the training. So she had her table where all of her sound equipment and stuff was, her crystal bowls, her pyramids, her moyo drum, which make a whole part of the experience just amazing. These 2 guys were standing there looking at all of us as we were going through the different experiences and meditations. So they got to take on the training as well. So they have brought that energy back to the shop along with us, and they're here to share that beautiful energy of Julius and all the connections we made and things we learned with those people that come into the shop. So this is another way that we are working to raise our energy and vibration. We get to do that to keep up with the shop. Things are moving fast. There's a lot of changes going on out there. There's a lot of shifting going on out there, and a lot of people really aren't sure what to do or how to do it, what to believe, what not to believe. And as Dietrich said, it's about intuition. And when I said we all have our own answers, we really do. And this is about a good opportunity to go deep, go inside, trust your intuition, and know what you know. When you come into the shop, it's about an experience. It's not just about going to the shop to buy a rock. We like to create an experience to assist you on your journey. So as we are journeying, growing, and learning, we're expanding. And our belief is that's why we're here, to grow, to expand, and to learn. And as we're doing that, we're teaching others and assisting them on their journey as well, which is why we have Dietrich here to assist people on that journey. We also have Chantel that comes in, and she does a lot of the same things as well. So go ahead.
The shop is now open 7 days a week from noon till 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and noon till 6 on Sunday. Trish and I are here Wednesday through Sunday. We have a couple of assistants on our team that take care of Monday and Tuesday. If there's a special request, Trish and I can actually meet you at the shop on Monday and Tuesday. We ship all over the world, all over the United United States. It's a blast. When it comes to the energy that Trish talks about, we're constantly working on ourselves to improve our own self, if you want to call it an improvement, as we travel down our own separate paths, which they're separate, but there's a lot of similarities in our path. People constantly tease Trish and I because one of us will get dressed in the morning and leave the bedroom, and the other one gets dressed, and all of a sudden we come out and we're wearing the same colors.
We don't even know it. We're at the shop and somebody will say, "Oh, that's cute how you two dress alike." And we're like, "What?" It's like...
Obviously it doesn't look that way today, but there are many days that it is. Something I want to show you out in the other room, our learning room is just that. It's for learning. And we all learn in here. There's so many experiences that we have in here. And we have the pyramid.
We even have a copper pyramid where you can have a beautiful experience. It'll look like whatever it looks like for you. There's no special thing it's supposed to look like. We have people that will come in and sit in it and meditate. Dietrich will use it in his work. Chantel will use it in her work. Sometimes it's just great just to turn out the lights and just sit in that pyramid. And a four-sided pyramid is all about integration. What am I integrating into my life? What am I integrating out of my life? And so this is a great tool to work with.
Again, and we're talking about energy. Everybody, we're not just a rock shop. We're far from rock. We have, without bragging too much, we have the best selection that you're going to find anywhere in Utah. And I've talked to people that are from other states, and they told me that the shops that they've been in, they've never seen one with as much selection as we have. Personally, I think we're outgrowing the shop, but until I can build a new one, we're going to be here. And we love it here.
Manifesting and creating underway.
So it's just, we're already signing up for our next class for Trish and I to work on. We're constantly doing things so that the energy in here, when you show up, is worth your trip. I don't care if you live in Alaska, China, New Zealand. Come see us and experience
Massachusetts.
All over the world. I'm just listing some places. I can't possibly list every place in the world that you could live. But believe me, we both work at this so that when you come in, you will truly have an experience.
A beautiful experience.
And that's what we work at.
And if you don't, let us know. We'll figure it out.
If there's something that we can do to improve, you let us know. I want to show you some things out in the other room, so we're going to pause for a second. Okay, great. So we were lucky enough to find, again, because of Brad and Casey had gotten this Moyle drum, and I just fell in love with it. So I bought one for us, and then we realized that other people want them too. Now listen to this. Wonderful meditation drum. Definitely not a percussion drum, and they suggest that you don't play it hard and fast. Play it for yourself. Enjoy the sound.
You don't even have to be a musician. This is about.
Oh, I'm far from a musician.
This is about playing from heart.
There's a couple of different kinds. These are both C minors. This one's a Karuna
drum.
Karuna drum.
432 hertz.
423 hertz.
Oh, 423.
Anyway, there's just so much stuff in here. It's hard to show you in a very short time. But there's going to be another episode, and we're going to pick up where we left off. I just want you to know we are constantly working on ourselves, so that when we tell you this is a special place to show up, I haven't really had anybody disagree with that. In fact, most people tell me it's beyond words, that I don't even do a really good job of describing the experience. So We love everyone. We're just here. This is what we're here for. We're here to provide the opportunity for you to find pieces or tools or just come have the experience while you're on your own journey.
That's perfect. This is about heart, soul, and passion, and everybody has heart, soul, and passion. So come on in, share yours with us, and we'll share ours with you. So
Okay.
again, Treasures and Creations, 3419 South State Street, Salt Lake City, Utah.
And the email is treasures, the letter N as in Nancy, and creations. Both of those first and third words have an S on them. Treasures, the letter N, creations at gmail.com. We have a phone number is 801-679-1717.
And so be it.
Yeah,
We are good.
we're going to do another episode and finish showing you the shop. So lots of things going on here. We just brought back a trailer full. It's 7 feet wide, 16 feet long, and it had 2.5 feet deep of boxes in it that we brought to the shop for your Christmas shopping pleasure.
So your holidays can be very high vibrational, so come on in and find your high vibrational gifts.
And we work on that vibration ourselves all the time. In fact, we're scheduled the first week of December. Expand with Julius is having another retreat. I was just talking to Casey today. I'll save that announcement for when I finally get the arrangements made. But I'm working on something really cool to show you in our shop when she shows up. So.
All right, we are done. Thank you for being here, and as always, have a beautiful day.
Thank you.